Okay, so in this video, we are going to continue looking at some operations with radicals. So in the previous video, we looked at some division with radicals, and we looked at addition. So with this one, we're going to multiply square roots. We're also going to look at division with square roots, and then, some basic multiplication here. So first, to multiply square roots, we multiply the coefficients and then the square roots underneath. So if possible, after that, then we can simplify the results. You can also simplify first and then multiply. It's kind of preference on that one. Just depends on how you like to do that. So for this one, I'm showing 32 times 2. I actually broke it into 16 and 2 times 2 because I'm looking at square roots here. I'm actually kind of keeping them separated so that it makes it a little easier for me to do this. Because now I have 4, 2 times 2 is also 4. So I can take the roots here. That was kind of silly. I should have just taken the square root of 16. 2 times 2 is 4, and the square root of that is 2. So I did this kind of a little different because I was keeping the 2 separate because of this. So the square root, when I have 4 times 4 is 4. The square root of 2 times 2 is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. So I can break that down into pieces, or I could say 32 times 2 is 64, and then I can take the square root of 64, which would also be 8. Either way, I'm going to end up with 8 there. All right, so if we move on to the next one, I couldn't remember if I'd gone here or here. So I'm going to go to the bottom one so you can see I have a whole lot. I was trying to color code here. So I have the 3 in front that I'm keeping blue. And then 27, I'm actually breaking down into its prime factors, 3 times 3 times 3, so we can see all those. And then 48, I also broke into its prime factors. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So now I can group things in threes. So you can see I took them all out very quickly. I have 2 3s here, so I can take one out. I have a red 3 and a green 3 at the end, so that's another 2 3s. I can take another 3 out. I have 2 2s here and another 2 2s here, so I can take 2 and 2 out. So I can take everything out from under the square root sign at this point, and I just need to multiply all of those pieces together. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 is 108. And again, you could have said 27 times 48, taken the square root of that answer, and then multiply by 3, and you would still arrive at 108. All right, so the last one here, we have 72 minus square root of 72 minus 16 divided by 2. So I'm going to take the square root of 72, and you can see I'm breaking it down here. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So there are its prime factors. I know that's broken down pretty quickly there, but just kind of showing you that idea. Minus 16 over 2. So this one I'm just showing I can group 2 2s. So I took a 2 out. I can group 2 3s. I took a 3 out. That there's an extra 2 that gets left behind though. So I still have the square root of 2 here. So now I can actually cancel out 2's. I can start to divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So these 2's cancel, but I also have to divide 16 by 2. Don't forget that. Anything separated by addition or subtraction sign, each has to be divided by that number. You can't just cancel it from, top to bottom on one of them. It has to be canceled from everything. So I go 16 divided by 2 is 8. And so now I have 3 square root of 2 minus 8. Because these 2's canceled. And so this 2 canceled again with the 16, but it left 8 over there. So that is more operations with radical expressions. I hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video.